Fuck, should I even say that on air? I can't even say that shit.
Maybe we can cut that part.
Can we just start over about the story?
No,
I hate myself.
It's so funny.
Okay. Welcome to today's episode of Hometown Hunnies with your hosts Katie and Macy. Woohoo! We're back for episode 4.
That literally, when you said woohoo, it was like, yoo-hoo, big summer blowout. That is exactly what I thought of.
A woohoo!
That guy with those, like, that German outfit on, he's like, yoo-hoo, big summer blowout.
I know exactly what you mean, yes. I'm dead. Okay.
It's already started.
We're back. I have on really long acrylics, so I just want to like talk like this. You know, like Peter Griffin typing meme. That's my favorite.
Be honest, how do you wipe with those on?
They're not that long. Jesus fucking crazed.
Do you know those girls though that have like foot long acrylics? I'm just like, how do you even like text? How do you like scratch your face properly? Like I couldn't do it.
So yeah, girls with like super long acrylics, I don't know how they do anything. But I know for me, like, mine aren't super long. I can pretty much do everything. Just texting's a little hard, but that's why you have voice to talk, and that's fine.
My voice to talk, you saying the most random shit, though. Like, she never says what I say. And I don't even do it anymore. I just send voice memos. My mom's always like, don't text and drive. And I'm like, okay, I'll just send a paragraph via 5-minute voice memo in drive.
I do that all the time. Or Snapchat
Constantly.
Videos. Mm-hmm.
Remember when Snapchat got like canceled for a second because of the speedometer thing, and people were like trying to go really fast with that on and like wrecking?
Yeah, that's kind of crazy they even had that on there to begin with.
I mean, I get like what they were trying to do, right? Like be a little different, but then obviously Americans were like, brah, 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 brah. Like literally no control. Obviously, leave it to America to take something and ruin it.
Of course.
Canceled.
Oh,
Okay.
So, oh wow, already off the rails. So today we're going to get into dating. We put a poll on our Instagram and we had like about 659 people vote. And you guys all wanted to hear us talk about dating. So that's what we're going to talk about today is dating. So we're going to talk about dating apps, funny stories, the drama of dating, getting the ick, the deep and dark if we want to get into trauma dumping. I have some stories. Okay, so Katie put on the thing, fuck you. Actually, I put that, and then she just made it bigger and made it red. So I guess fuck me, right? Anyway, so...
fuck me, am I right?
Fuck me, am I right? So okay. Yeah, that's what we're going to get into today. Katie, thoughts?
I instantly think thoughts like THOTS. Bust down, Tatiana. So my thoughts are, I'm kind of excited to talk about this. I don't really like date often, but I definitely obviously want to give my opinion on dating, things that I look for, you know, that kind of ish. Talk about the struggles. I actually do have a funny story now that I'm thinking of it. So, like, let's dive in with dating apps. Like, what dating apps do you use?
Okay,
I feel like
so
you've used more, right?
Yeah. I'll talk about that. Before I talk about that, I want to say, though, I have a lot of stories and a lot of shit that's happened, but I don't really date that much either. I don't go on dates, but I don't think you have to go on dates to have really strong opinions about dating right now because it's such a fucking nightmare. You know what I'm saying?
No, it literally is. And especially coming out of, like, COVID and stuff. And, like, I live far away, I feel like, from everybody that I've ever talked to. So it's kind of, like, long distance dating, like, all that kind of jazz. But no, I agree. Like, even if you're not actively, like, going on a date every single night, you know, like, you can still have an opinion about dating.
Yeah, for sure. So, and I think, too, like, we both work from home, so like where do you even meet people? I don't really go out to the bars, literally off, like, but that's the thing, like, do I want to meet someone at a bar? Not really. I don't really want that.
Definitely
so
not.
What do? You have to go on these dating apps. So yeah, let's start with dating apps. I think that's good. So I have let me get the list out, bro.
Let me open
right currently I have Bumble and Hinge. That's it. I had Tinder, I deleted it. I had eHarmony, I had Match, I had Plenty of Fish. Those are Okay, don't know why you're laughing. Don't
I'm
know why
not
you're laughing.
laughing.
Katie.
It's not funny. I honestly respect you for, like, you're being that serious about dating that you're, like, reaching outside of I feel like people stick with, like, Hinge, Tinder, and Bumble literally at me because that's all I have because
Mhm.
they just, like, wanna date people, but they don't wanna, like, try that hard, you know? And I feel like
Yeah.
if you're, like, actively looking on, like, eHarmony and, like, other things, you're genuinely looking to meet, like, quality people. I feel like if you go on Tinder,
Yeah.
you're literally looking for, like it's fuckboy central, ratchet hoes, like, there's
Yeah.
can I say that? Oh my god.
You can
It's
say
just, like
ratchet hose.
Tinder is, like, not, like, I wanna be in a relationship for a long time vibes.
Mhm.
So I
Right.
honestly respect you for, like, even doing that stuff because I haven't even taken the time to like, make those dating profiles.
Sorry, I had to mute real quick. But
It's this bitch
I'm a
burping
mess.
fucking Diet Coke every 4 seconds and muting herself. Like, literally enough.
Every time I do it, I laugh. I'm sorry. Okay. No,
Um,
Katie, I really appreciate you saying that. I feel like I do sometimes get into a place where I'm like, you know what? See, I don't want anything. I either want something serious that's going to last or nothing. Like I don't want this in between stuff. So for me, it's been hard
yeah.
to figure that out. Obviously, I know I can't just like meet someone and be like, "You want to get married tomorrow?" Yes. Like it's going to take time, but also it's like the high quality person's like what I'm looking for, like in a person.
Mhm.
But honestly, there's a reason why no one uses eHarmony, Plenty of Fish and Match because it's literally garbage dumpster fire, dude. It's so bad. Like when I tell you it's
Um,
bad, I tell you it is like the scum of the earth. It is
really?
little wrote it in the back of the class.
Oh my
Yes, it
god.
is so bad.
Okay,
I have
I have
screenshots of pictures and it's so bad.
is it area based? Like, is it like Tinder kind of where there's like a perimeter and you're like 50 miles from like where I am kind of vibe? Or like,
I feel
no?
like yeah, it is that, yeah. But so is Tinder, Bumble, and Hinge, and I don't really see that ugly bad.
See, I feel like my shit in the area that I'm in is rough. We're in the
Really.
trenches out here.
Yeah.
And I'm like, is it me? Like, do I need to make my radius bigger or something? Because I just like, I feel like it's area based sometimes, like the people that are like filtering in.
Yeah.
Um,
It
I
definitely is
have,
that.
but I have friends though, and I want to say that I know two people who've met people on like Christian Mingle,
Okay.
and I think the other one was either Christian Mingle or Match. I can't remember, and they're like married.
Yeah. You can't catch me dead on Kristen Mingle, bro. I think
Bro,
the app would literally burn to the ground.
I wait, I thought you were like born again Christian.
Oh shit.
When you forget the act that you're trying to play, okay.
When I forget that.
She's literally like the first episode, I'm a born again Christian. Episode 4, she's like, I would fucking burn that app to the ground. Okay, girl, like pick a team.
Whew, okay.
Um, but no, farmers
Yeah.
only. There's tons of like websites out there. I would not be on farmers only because I do not farm, but you know what I
It's
mean?
also for country folk, honey.
I could be a farm. I got muck boots. Um, but no, I think
Wait,
like
but yeah. Yeah.
oh, go ahead, go ahead. Tell me
Okay.
more. Tell me more.
Yeah. So two of my really good friends that I have both met their current husbands on Plenty of Fish, but they're like in their mid to late 30s. So when I told them both we were at dinner or lunch one day and I told them like how bad it is and they both were like we both met our husbands on Plenty of Fish like back in whatever 10 years ago. So I'm like, all right, dope. I'll get Plenty of Fish. I tell, like, not kidding you. Plenty of Fish is like the worst. Like, it is so bad. And I told them that, and they're like, what? So I think it used to be a thing because both of like,
Mhm.
they're both in really happy relationships, like they're happy. Like, one of, like, my one friend has like kids, like, the other one, like, they're perfect for each other. Like, so it's definitely possible to meet that person off of these apps. But I feel like just the culture around dating has changed so much, even like from 10 years ago. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, when I feel like now you're seeing on like the like more modernized like Hinge, Tinder, and Bumble, you're seeing like older people on there now. Like,
Hmm.
not that my age range is like set that high, but I feel like sometimes they be throwing like fucking wild cards into my like timeline or whatever you want to call it. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, why is my grandfather? No. But you know what I mean? Like, there's some really like I would say like 50 plus that I've seen on these like dating apps.
Yeah.
And I know you're thinking I'm crazy and online, but I swear my age range is not set that fucking high. Like,
No, I don't think
I'm
you're
not that desperate.
crazy.
I'm not that
No.
desperate. I swear it
No.
just gets like filtered in.
Right. No, I believe you. It does. I think because sometimes like the other person can have it to where it's like anybody, and then
Mhm.
sometimes it'll just like pop through the algorithm or something, but
Yeah. But no, I
yeah.
literally have my dating apps like in a folder on my iPhone titled "I'd rather die" with the skull and like crossbones, and that's where they sit. And when I'm like, every time I open it, I'm like, God, you're such a desperate bitch that you're swipe. You know what I mean? Like it's just a little reminder, like you can fucking do better than
Mhm. You are
these dumbass
literally
dating
wearing
apps.
your zodiac sign on your sleeve today. You are such a Pisces water sign. Like, it is absolutely insane. And I love that so much about you.
I'm not even it's for real.
I'd rather
I'd rather die.
die.
It just,
So,
it's
yeah.
true. That stuff is so it like depresses me sometimes when I get on there and I'm
Mhm.
just like, these people,
Oh,
what are we
it's so
doing?
bad. It's so bad. I hate it. I literally hate it, but yet I keep going back because I go to an all women's gym with all old people at that. So they're not even like young women. They're like old
Mhm.
grandmas, which I love that gym though. But it's just not the vibe for like meeting people. And
No.
then other than that, that's where I go. So I'm like, okay,
I always get
where
hopeful I'm
else?
gonna go to, like, Trader Joe's and, like, bump into the love of my life. Like, we're both gonna drop
Yes.
our pasta or something and, like,
Uh-huh.
bend down to pick it up and, like, hit heads. And then I'm like,
Yes.
"Stop, bitch, that's a fucking movie, like, enough."
Enough. I
Why are people
know.
setting me like, they set you up with that kind of shit because you're like, "Oh, my life is gonna be this, like, cute little, like, I'm
Uh-huh.
gonna, you know, trip and they're gonna pick me up." And, like, no, that's literally not ever gonna happen.
Yeah, I always think that too. There's like this really hot guy that works at Mark's by my house. And he looks like just my type, but I don't think he works there anymore, but I always would go in there like, "Eh, hello."
Hey.
He but yeah, so I have those fantasies. So yeah, dating apps. Do you pay for dating apps?
No.
Yeah,
That
me
is
either. I definitely don't do that.
I literally knew you did, bro. That I was literally about to say that is one thing I will not do. Because then, I don't know, I'm also just, like, in this weird thing where, like, on Monday, I'm content with being single. I wanna, like, get my fucking bag, and I wanna be a bad bitch. And then on Tuesday we talked about this, like, with the fucking first question on the podcast. It's like, every other day, I might wake up and I'll be like, "God, I'm fucking lonely." And then the next day, I'm literally like, "Fuck everybody. I'm a bad bleep." Like, I'm about to
Yep.
buy a nice ass car, all that shit. And then I'm like,
Woe
nobody to
is
ride in the
me.
passenger seat.
I know, dude. I feel that too. So like I buy it, but I will buy it, cancel it because I'm like
Yeah.
I get in that same like mindset. Like I had Bumble, so I don't buy Hinge because you can't like see everybody who's liked you, but on Bumble
Mhm.
because you have to respond if you're a girl first. So I buy it so I can see everyone who's liked me, and then I can like make the like radius like really big. It's so lame, I know, but like okay, I'm trying to be serious, whatever. Even though I'm like, wow, I sound like a fucking idiot, but I buy it, and then I can see who liked me, and then I can just go through the people who've liked me rather than like sifting through like so many. Like it's easier for me, so
Yeah,
I
that's
just
actually
like
kind of
spend the
smart,
money.
to be honest.
Yeah,
Is it expensive?
so it's like 49 a month. But at
Damn.
one I know, at one point I did it because I had, like, a deal and it was, like, 35 or something a month.
Oh, yeah, they offer I always get the
Yeah.
pop-ups about, like, the promotions and shit.
You should try it, like, when they have a promotion, but this time, like, I don't know, I've been sick all week and I've just been like, "Fuck, man, like, I just need somebody." So I just bought, like, the $20 week pass, like, on there.
I'm fucking dead. See who liked you with 50% off premium. Wow, it went from 49.99 to 24.99.
But,
That's
like,
actually I
isn't
didn't know you could see people who liked you, though. That would be so helpful because
yeah, it's so much more helpful, but this is not a flex at all either because, I've had my account for a long time. Like, you shouldn't have Bumble and Hinge for, like, years. You know what I'm saying? Like, you should have it for a couple months because you
I
should
feel like
find somebody.
I feel like I've had mine forever.
But
Like
I'm not gonna say it because I think it's, like, too much of an annoying flex. I'm not gonna be that person, but this is how many matches I have that I have to go through.
Wow, does mine say that?
Maybe, and, like, I will never get through them all, but you can
And
when
those are
you
people that actually liked you.
yes. And, like, you can't I wish that you could do this, Bumble. If you guys are listening, definitely, fix this problem. You can filter it out through, age, the country, their height, their star sign, their education. Do they drink? Do they smoke? Do they have kids? Do they want kids? Their religion and their politics. But that doesn't apply to the people who liked you. That just applies to the people that they're gonna show you. So then what I do is I just go to the main page. Why am I explaining all this? And then I go,
She's
"Wait."
really, like, spilling the secrets.
Yeah, right, left, and then whoever I see on that main page, if I have all those filters set, will show me exactly who I want. But I wish it would allow me to filter it through my likes, because then I could narrow it down even more to, like,
Yeah,
this
instead of seeing,
person's
like, that
liberal,
huge
don't have
list.
kids. Yeah, yeah,
Mine
exactly.
is 650 plus according to my, like, little preview.
You should just buy the week and, like, look through them. Can you please do that for me?
24.99. I
Girl,
actually
you're an
might run the
adult.
drama
Yeah,
just to,
do
like,
it for the drama.
for funsies.
Yeah, do it.
We'll see, we'll see, we'll see.
Yeah.
That's actually so
So
funny. I didn't know it was like that, to be honest.
yeah. Yeah, so then you can just go through those and, like, pick and choose, but yeah. Yeah, I don't know. It's definitely helpful to have the filters though, I think, because there are some things for me that's just like a deal breaker. And like it's not
Yeah.
height, it's not really looks for me, it's not weight, it's not any of that stuff. It's like career, kids, and politics.
Yeah, I'm like big on that's actually something I've been trying to work on. Is like the career portion, you
Mhm.
know? I feel
Mhm.
like it's really hard as someone who's like pretty established to like try and date people who like aren't. And then if you start talking to them and they're like really not motivated, I'm kind of like,
Yeah. Yeah.
okay, gotta go. Just because, like,
No.
and that's
Mhm.
fine. Like, I'm not judging people based off of like what jobs they hold, but like, I know that that's not gonna like set me up for the life I want, you
I
know?
could not agree more with you, Katie. Literally, you're speaking to the choir right now, girlfriend. I feel the
Yeah,
exact same. And it's not one of those things, and not that I've really had any of my friends or family judge me when I say this stuff, but I wonder, I'm like, are you thinking I'm like such a bitch? But it's not
yeah,
it the money is important. Like it is because I make a lot of money for my age and I'm established for my age. Same with you. Like we've set ourselves up in a position where we're like good. Like we have good jobs, we know where we want to go in life with our jobs, like we might not have it all figured out, but with that, like it comes with this sense of like ambition and like motivation that like we're not going
mhm,
to be happy with our significant other if they don't have that same thing.
right.
So
I think when you just like, I feel like also maybe this is from like TV. I've seen it. It set me up to think like this, but like when one part of the relationship carries a little more of the like financial weight, I feel like there's a lot of like envy and like issues, and that's also something that like I don't I like foresee myself not wanting to deal with, you
mhm,
know. I'm
mhm,
definitely not the type of person that's always like, obviously I understand that life works in mysterious ways, and like I worked jobs that like did not make a lot of money, but I like was motivated to like not be doing that forever.
yeah,
um and I feel like if you can definitely tell when you talk to somebody about their career, like, or their current job, like how they're feeling about it, and then I'm like, okay, like, sure, like, yeah, you're motivated, you want to do this, or you're like going back to school. And then other times I'm like, okay, nice meeting you, see you
yes,
never.
yeah,
um
yeah, and it's more like to your point, like the money's important, yes, to like get that future together, but we're still pretty young. It's like the aspiration behind it. Like, are maybe they're not where they want to be, but maybe they're on the path to get there. And like that is
yeah,
truly what matters, like because I know like sometimes some people will tell me if I say this, they're like, oh, well, like you have to like what you do. So if they like what they do, the money shouldn't matter. But also it's like I don't want you to be dude, I'm gonna sound like such a bitch. Don't eh, I have very high standards for myself. I don't want to date someone that has low standards for themselves.
mhm.
It's so much more than just like money,
It is.
you
Well,
know?
in okay, yeah, like I see it in two ways. Like that your motivation towards your career can carry over to other things in your life, if that
Mhm.
makes sense. Like
Yeah.
how you treat your career, I'm like, okay, well then how are you gonna treat like
This
our
relationship.
house, our
Yeah.
relationship? Like, are you gonna be motivated to like plan dates or like, do things like I think it's not just
Yes,
about money, it carries over to like
it does.
other, I don't want to say like characteristics, but like other aspects of your life. And
Absolutely.
I'm a big person. I'm like, okay, well, if that's how you're treating like your job, I'm also weird about that. And this might be like a little like me thing, but like I think you can really tell a lot about a person based off of like the cleanliness of like their car. If you're literally, yeah, attacking you right now. But you know what I mean? If
No,
you're
I
like,
get it.
I look at like what the state of your car is like, and then I'm like, okay, so what is the rest of your life like? Like, this is
Mhm.
giving me that there might be like,
Yeah.
a little, not me being like a psychology, like
No.
mind mojo reader over here, but I just
No,
feel like,
I get it.
yeah, I've been trying to work on that. A lot of my friends that I've talked to are like, you need to like not think about that. And I'm like, I would love to, but that's literally life revolves around money at the end of the day,
It
also. Like,
does.
bills need paid, and I cannot carry the weight of a whole family.
No. Katie, literally, I'm with you 1000%. 1000%. I can't agree more. I'm just like cheering over here, but I think what you said about the car thing, like I do the same thing but more with like appearance hygiene stuff.
Mhm. Like your
Like
nails and shit.
yeah, like I can't I went on a date recently. Oh god. We'll get into that. We'll get into that. But
No, no, go if it fits the part. If it fits the story, go into the
all right.
details.
Dude, I feel like he's probably going to watch this to be honest.
Whatever. Hey, bestie.
Hey bestie. The fuck. I can't. I
Okay,
can't.
fine. We
I'm
won't.
I'm
We
not
won't.
I'm going to share the story when we talk about the story, but I'm not going to share
These
I'm not
details.
going to share what I was going to share, but what I will say about style is
I know exactly what you're trying to avoid, so
yeah,
you're fine. You're fine.
I can't remember if I was telling you this, who I was even saying this to. Maybe I was saying it the last episode. I think I was. I don't care what your style is, just have a style. Yeah, that was the last episode. I'm like, I feel like I heard myself say this before. But when you don't, like I get frustrated. And like same with like hygiene. Like there's nothing worse than someone that like smells bad
Mhm.
or like just
Mhm.
doesn't take care of themselves in a way of like clothing. You don't have to have a lot of money or a lot of like fashion sense, I guess, to like put yourself together. And I think like first impressions on a date like that means so much to me.
Yeah. Well, I
I don't
think
know
it's
how we
so
got here, but I think that's
there's
kind of
like
goes in line with like the car thing for you.
it does. I mean, we're just
Yeah.
talking about general dating, but it's
Yeah.
like with that as well, like I feel like, how do we present this? Okay, so I always say this to my mom, right? Like, you don't have to like have a lot of money and like flex it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't need you to pick me up in your BMW and your fancy ass clothes, like whatever. Because like my mom, I always not like make fun of her, but she dresses like she literally doesn't have clothes, right? Like there's stains on her shirts and like she's like, these are my play clothes. But then she like gets in her Infinity and like drives around. And I'm like, girl, people probably think that you stole that car. Like, why are you dressing like you don't have like you're not, like my parents obviously aren't millionaires, but they're not like broke. So
Yeah.
I just feel like there's that representation of like I don't have to sit here and like flex what I do have, but I can just like present myself in a good manner.
Absolutely. Yeah. It's you don't have to flex, but also be clean, take a shower.
I feel like this whole conversation has turned around to us trying to like justify why we're like, you need to
Single.
be motivated about your fucking job, or because we feel like douchebags about saying that. But now we're just like trying to like
I
pedal
know.
in the water.
I know. Well, it all makes sense. It does, and I'm with you, but let's go to one of these topics.
Okay, so
I
like
think we covered
uh,
dating apps. What else? Do we have anything else to say to wrap dating apps?
dating apps, just like okay, I actually have a funny. Should I like tell my funny story about the dating app now?
Yeah,
Because
we
it
could
kind
do
of applies
stories.
to like,
Let's just segue to stories.
well, we can like. So the one I have is about this like girl on Hinge.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to find the video. You know how on
Oh my
Hinge
god, dude.
you can make voice memos, right?
Yeah,
On Hinge. So
yeah.
I just kind of sometimes when I'm bored, like go on there to listen to the voice
Oh yeah,
memos
same,
because
same,
I
same,
think
same,
they're
same.
fucking hilarious. I'm literally not gonna be able to find this girl now. So this girl I'm completely not interested in, right? But like
Right.
okay. So let me give
Dude.
like a little bit of context. With these voice memos, you can usually you can put like a question with it, right? So like hers, the statement, and you like finish the statement is essentially what it's supposed to be is a life goal of mine. and this is probably gonna be loud. Wait, oh, it's not playing. A life goal of mine, and this is her answer. And I literally was like, I don't know if that's really fucking funny or if I'm like really fucking concerned. So I sent that to everybody I knew. I instantly screen recorded it and sent it everywhere because that shit is so funny.
Dude,
Like, who
real
thinks of
quick
that?
though, like let's just like take a moment. I'm gonna go to my Hinge and play one randomly. Russian
There's
roulette. Let's
so
just
okay,
see what
wait,
it
should I
does.
do it too?
Yeah, let's just do Russian roulette with it. The
Sometimes they're
first
like
one I
really
see.
good, right? And it's like cool to hear people's voices. And then other times, like I'm like, honey,
All right, I got one right here. Ready? I don't know what this is.
what's the question?
I'm looking for.
I'm looking for someone that I can live, laugh, love with. I'm kidding. I'm looking for someone that I can build a future with, that the little things eventually build to the big things, whether that's a Harry Potter marathon or traveling across the world. Whatever it is, we're just happy to be in that moment with each other and we can make each other laugh and be thankful for what we have.
Oh, that was
Conservative
okay.
or liberal?
Um,
What do we think?
I'm gonna go.
Go ahead. Go ahead. No,
Ooh,
I gave it away. I gave it away.
my instant guess was conservative, but
Same.
obviously he's liberal.
He's a lib.
Did you swipe right? Because that was kind of like silly goofy and then like ended cute.
I was gonna say no, but now I'm like,
He's
okay, let's
cute.
just should we just read his profile real quick?
Okay, yeah, go.
Let's just do this. We're here. I go crazy for a
name?
sense of humor. He's a 31-year-old. He's 6 foot. Oh God, he lives in Canton. He's white, does not have kids. He's open to kids. He's vaccinated. He sometimes drinks. He doesn't smoke, do drugs, or take weed. Or smoke weed.
Take weed.
He's a Christian. Same.
Read our Bible. If you get it, you
And
get it.
Okay. Unfortunately, he's going to be a no for me, dog.
Is he just not cute?
Oh, this guy's hot. Okay, you do yours now.
Wait, just a random one?
Dude, I feel like this is like my soulmate that I just found.
Oh my gosh. Okay, literally, can we move on to
Segue? Yeah, I need to put my phone down.
I literally, what's the thing? Grenades. There's just a lot of grenades on.
Can you please just play one of the voice things? I gotta hear yours.
One. I haven't seen one yet.
Well, I'm just gonna like this guy in the meantime because he likes Golden Girls.
I also try to like not if it's like somebody who looks like they're probably really nice but just not my type. I try to like this is a 36-year-old man.
Okay.
Self-employed. Oh wait, he doesn't have voice memo. This is awful. Where's all the voice memos when I need them? I'm a church girl who go to church.
I have another one if you want to hear it.
Oh, I'm scared.
I'd be getting them like real quick. Oh, you got one? Okay, let's hear it.
Is loyalty and truth.
Some people take it so serious.
Dude, play that again. Play that again.
Fuck, I just skipped it.
Damn it.
I think the hallmark of a good relationship is loyalty and truth. Which like slay, period.
Slay.
I literally can't. Okay.
Play it. Play it right
This
now,
one is
bitch.
The first time I knew I was gay.
Fucking play it.
I feel
Play
like
it.
Expose somebody I don't
Just
even
play
know.
it. It's anonymous. It's anonymous.
This is gonna sound weird, but Martha May from the live action Grinch movie, when she was like firing off that like light cannon string thing,
Literally.
and she like blew the smoke off at the end, that was unnecessarily erotic for a kid's family movie. I mean, yeah.
You're done. You're done.
You're done.
Canceled for that one, sweetie. That is too much.
Dude, can we get sued for this?
Literally, I don't fucking care.
I don't think so. Who cares? No one watches this.
There's not much to take.
Dude, that is so funny. That's like low key though.
Martha May. I was like, what?
Yeah, I could see it. I could definitely see that.
Okay, that one was funny. I kind of liked those ones.
Why don't you like her?
No.
Show me her.
No.
Show me her.
I already. It's gone.
All right, I have one ready to go.
I'm one of those people that I would buy the premium because I need to like reverse. Right, like I swipe so fast, like no.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wait, she didn't go away. I swipe no so fast that I like need to go
She's
back
really
and see.
cute.
Anyways,
You gonna like her?
this is the Martha May thing for me. It was an ick.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna play this one from Mr. Ryan here. It says, "Fact about me that surprises people."
Ooh,
Russian
excited.
roulette.
So, a fun fact that surprises most people is that I lived at a retirement home in college as part of a intergenerational living program. It was crazy, and I loved it. I miss the people that live there, and we hang out every once in a while when I'm back in town.
Aw, slay.
I only have really dark comments to make about that because he said it was a retirement home. But that's kind of cute. That's like nice. He likes old people.
Dude, I have to literally, this is so stupid. This guy just came up on my Hinge. We've matched on Bumble like 3 times. I have his number. I have him on Instagram. And he literally just popped up on and he's literally active now.
One
And
time,
I know him. I know this person.
I'm
He's
actually
gonna
dead.
totally listen to this and he's gonna hear this.
I love it.
I'm sending him a message on here. I'm talking about you on the pod right now.
What an icebreaker. What a conversation starter.
But I already know him.
One time though, I hate when that happens when you use like 3 different apps, right? And you're like on each one. Like I go through one and then I'm bored and I go to the next one and then you see the same people on there and it's like, I swiped right on Hinge. Like, do I swipe right on Tinder too? Or is that like
Right.
creepy? Is that like, too much?
I always do them both, but
because then it's like, hey, I really like you.
yeah.
My mom just sent me a mirror selfie. Do you want to see it?
Yeah. Aww, I like her fit.
Party
Good check.
ready.
Aww.
Let me hype her up. Love you. Have fun, sweetie. Okay, anyways, that's dating apps. Let's talk about the
Hinge.
ick.
Yeah, let's do the ick. Yes.
Okay.
All right. Go ahead. You go ahead.
Do you want me to read the definition?
Yeah.
The definition. So, obviously, like, a lot of people know what the ick is, but for the people who don't, this is the Google definition of the ick. A really intense turnoff that can be legitimate or very obscure. Isn't always logical, but it is often a relationship killer. So Macy and I were talking about this because, like, I feel like the ick is broad. Like, I get the ick often, and from people I would never date, or, like, people that are married, I'm like, ew. Literally, ick. I, like, can't.
Yeah. No. So I feel like the ick, like Katie said, can be, like, very broad and can be, like, a huge, like, that's ick. But also it can be, like, really small, unconventional, unmeaningful things that just, like, give you the ick.
Just, like, it could be, like, the way they, like, wash their hands or something. It doesn't even have to be, like, I'm trying to think of my, like, most recent, like, really funny one.
I'll share one.
Okay,
I have
you
one.
go first.
I have one of my sister. I'm just gonna share it.
Oh, Mallory, if you're listening, you're about to get flamed. Here we go.
She won't care because there's no way this guy would ever even listen to this or even know anything about me or anything. But literally, my sister was talking to this guy like maybe like a month or 2 ago, and she literally ended it for this reason. And it's like I feel like me and my dad and my mom, like our family won't let it go because it's so stupid. But basically, he seemed like they went on I'm just going to give you a quick backstory, okay? They went on their first date. My sister often will go on a first date and then call me and say, I'm going to marry this man. He's perfect. I'm like, okay, no. But after this one was like the first one, she was like, I really like him. He's like really cool. I was like, okay, that's good. He was like really nice. They like hung out a bunch of times. But he did this like weird thing where like when the food came out at the restaurant, he like danced like this. And she said it gave her the instant ick, which reminded me of it isn't always logical, but often a relationship killer. That's literally what happened.
Everything else was like perfect about him.
Well, he had some other things, but nothing crazy, nothing like to end it. But that was like it just set her over the edge, and she ended
kind of.
But like, who does that? That is. I'm
also trying to think now if I've ever done that because I feel like I do that periodically. Yeah. Actually, no. Yeah. I feel like I have friends that do that because I don't think I would do that. I'm pretty like pissed off looking half the time.
Oh, you mean like as the food comes out? Yeah.
When the food comes out, I'm literally like straight face fucking Thanks.
Yeah. It's just
Okay,
corny. I don't know.
that is a good one because that's like a little immature-ish. So a lot of my icks are around people being like cringe. Like, I think dad jokes are like funny sometimes. But you know when like certain people tell dad jokes and you're literally just like, shut the fuck up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's like a big ick for me. Is
That's
like
a
when people
hick.
I'm just like, that's not funny. Like you're gross. And honestly, your entire existence is just annoying.
So like humor for you.
My icks are so like I feel like dramatic.
No,
Like
that's what it is though. That's what an ick is though. Like
it's
you just
yeah.
can't explain it. It's just that thing that you have that you're just like, ick. Ugh.
Yeah, that's a big one. And that's around like people I not like people I would date. That's just like people I like talk to sometimes. Like not through work, but like through work, if that makes sense. It doesn't. Anyways.
Do I give you the ick with my jokes?
No. I feel like it's people who are like intentionally like trying to like do stand-up comedy when it's like not the time.
Okay, yeah. I don't feel
You know
like
what I
I do
mean? Like
that.
read the
Yeah.
room.
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe that's like a
Yeah.
better explanation of it.
Read the room. Okay.
Okay, your turn. Next ick.
Okay. An ick I discovered recently was I went on this date. Okay. This is the date I went on 2 weeks ago, whatever. And it kind of was like the same with yours, like humor, like being not funny. And that is such a turn off to me as well. Maybe not like a dad joke, just because I feel like I haven't experienced that. But like, I feel like when someone's funny, it's like natural. You know what I mean? Because I feel like when we're together, we can just like laugh and it's like naturally like laughing. And I'm not making you laugh on purpose. We're just laughing because it's funny.
Yeah.
But I feel like this guy I went on this date with, I'm trying to think of what he said that it was just like, I literally
It's
just
like
like rolled my
trying to
eyes.
make you laugh.
Yeah.
Like you're working too hard for it.
Yes. Like it should not come that hard. That's what she said.
Oh my god. I have got to go. That's literally, we're canceled. We're done.
Oh, I'll say it. I remember it. This was kind of stupid, but it was like that immature, not funny. We were making jokes about like we were at Gervasi, okay? So like it was like Italian stuff. And I'm like a quarter Italian maybe, like my grandma is and stuff. So I was like, "Oh, like I always make the joke of like you can thank me for this pasta right now." Like it's a joke obviously, right? Which you probably could shame on cuz you're like really Italian. But I said like he's like, "Oh, what's like like heritage, like we were talking about heritage and stuff." And I said, "What's yours?" Okay, obviously this man's like white. I was like, "What's yours?" I'm like, "You're kind of like dark hair and stuff." He's like, "Oh, I'm African." Like as a joke. And like to me it's like not a joke that's like funny or not funny and it's like annoying kind of and it's almost like racist.
A little bit. Yep. I was just literally waiting for you to say the word. I was like, racist.
Like don't you feel like it kind of is like
It's just
undertones
like,
of like
yeah, it is.
yeah.
Undertones is like a good word, I feel like.
Yeah.
No, that I would literally have been like, that's not funny.
Yeah. And that okay, so I want to talk about this date and then maybe we can go back to like ick real quick. But this date, Katie, was so bad. Like I can't remember if we talked about it or not, but like from the minute I walked in, I've got like really bad vibes. Like my intuition was telling me like you need to get out of the situation.
Didn't you leave like
I
after the
left
appetizer?
I left like 45 minutes in. It was so bad. But I feel like it was so like I couldn't really put my finger on it. It was just like a really really bad date. Like he like wasn't talking to like the waitress, like I was doing all the talking. Like my back hurt from carrying that conversation and that whole date.
Okay, sorry.
But I did just get like serial killer vibes. Like he was doing this the whole time. He was like nothing was funny, like the weird half smile,
like
yeah.
weird smirky thing.
And he was just really weird. He was like making fun of me because I had like rings on and stuff. He was like, "Oh, like I like your rings," and I'm like, "Sorry."
You went 45 minutes on this date. I really would have been like, you're ugly. Goodbye. I would have left after 20 minutes.
Yeah, it was so bad. As soon as he got out of the car, I could tell he was like very conservative. I already knew. Like I could tell going into it. I just had the feeling, which is like not. It's always a bad thing to be honest. This is my take. But he was like saw the stickers on my car.
Stickers on my car.
Here's some of my stickers on my car. One says pro-life. Oh, pro-choice. Sorry. Dude, I'm like unhinged right now. I'm like I like get all nervous and talking over my word. I have a sticker on my car that says pro-choice, okay? I have another sticker on my car that says Black Lives Matter. Every human is whatever, like all the lib shit, because I'm proud of that, whatever. Like I'm very
Mhm.
like, that. He like looked at my stickers on my car and was like, didn't really say anything. So I knew immediately right then he was like, this isn't gonna work. Or maybe he was like, I don't know. He was just giving me like weird vibes. Like,
You
but
think that's
again,
why he
if
acted weird?
I do, but like, I know this is probably like bad to think, but he knew that I was like super liberal. Like all over my profile, it says that. Like it says these things, like what I care about and whatever.
Mhm.
I almost like, why did you want to go on this date with me then? Like, so
Yeah,
that's
why'd you
why I
even
kind of
ask me
got
out?
nervous. Like, he almost was like very combative like the whole time. And I'm like,
Am I about to
honestly,
get hate crimed?
right. I know. Not like, oh, I don't, yeah. I mean, it's just one of those things where it's like, this guy is seriously unhinged. So I looked on his Instagram like afterwards because I was like, this guy just gave me like weird feelings. He had like weird pictures and things about like a lot of just like racist undertones, low key.
That
And I
shit's
was like,
scary.
I know, that's what I mean. And I was telling some people this, and they were like, no, I don't think that's what would have happened. And I'm like, how do you know though? Like, you hear about these kind of stories happening, and like, for me, like, it was just that gut instinct of like, this is not safe. So I
Mhm.
literally, like, after the date, just like rented my car, got in, and left. And then he like texted me after and was like, so I guess I should just take the hint, huh? And I
Yeah,
was like,
bestie, you
didn't
should.
answer. Yeah, it was like one of the worst dates ever. He was
Wait,
just
I
like
have,
making
like
fun of me. He was like making fun of me too because I went to fashion school. He was like, "Oh, so you went to fashion school? Like,
okay,
of course
ew.
you did that." I was like, "Dude,
I
I
would
probably
punch
make
him
so
out.
much more money than you. Like, you don't even know." But
So, and
wanted to
I
share
think,
that.
like, there is a statement to say about this, like, obviously, I feel like anymore with, like, politics and, like, beliefs, it can get violent, and, like, that is a thing to be, like, targeted based off of, like, your sexuality, your beliefs, your, like,
Mhm.
political stance, and, like, not to, like, broadly generalize, you know? Like,
Yeah.
obviously, I don't think that any conservative person I know is gonna just, like, walk up and, like, beat the shit out of me, but when you're in a situation like that, it is kind of, like, intimidating because I was listening
Yeah.
to a podcast I was listening to Call Her Daddy recently, and she did an episode on, like, abortion, like, centers in the
Mhm.
South, and one of the directors of the, like, abortion clinic was literally, like, targeted and attacked. Like, this guy intentionally dated her with the intention to, like, attack her on, like, the 4th date. Like, he made
Yeah.
this, like, whole thing up. So, like, it is a real situation. Obviously, I just, like I don't know. I think it literally could be anybody, though. Like, your next door
Mhm.
neighbor could be a psycho, so
Yeah, it could
but
be
no, it is, like,
anyone.
scary
Yeah.
anymore.
I know. Also, another thing about this guy, he was like pouring wine into my glass without me like asking. So I was like, no, like I'm good. Like I told him like no. So I think that too was like a red flag. But I just think like all that being said, just be careful out there who you date because it can
Yeah,
get
I think that's
scary.
huge. You
Yeah.
really never
So,
know, and I don't know if I've watched
mhm.
too many, like, true crime documentaries and shit that
Mhm.
I'm just, like,
Same.
extra paranoid, but it's like,
Mhm.
shit is crazy real fast.
It is. And like this was like way before I went on this date, but I was like in my kitchen. So I got a problem. I eat like super late at night. I'm always eating a snack, always. It was like 1 a.m. and I was like making some tea and like eating something. Someone was like banging at my door, like really loud in the middle of the night. And I like wouldn't go look at it because I was like freaking out. I wouldn't even walk up there. So I like waited a second and they knocked again. And I was like, fuck, I'm not looking. So I just like ran into my bedroom and like turned, I had like music playing. I like turned my music down and they kept knocking. And then finally they just like stopped knocking. But that like freaked me out so much. And I feel like ever since then, I've kind of just been like, I guess like a little scared because I'm like, I live by myself. Like, I'm very like outspoken with things. Like I could be like that person that gets targeted. And I know that's like probably I guess some people think I'm insane, but like I always think too about like anytime I go somewhere public, I'm almost these days like scared to like go to concerts or like sometimes even like the grocery
Mhm.
store because of like shootings and stuff. Like
Yeah, it's
I'm
like a real
always
thing.
thinking about that. It's always in my mind of like like a shooting of some kind. I don't know why,
Yeah,
but it's just
I'm big about that stuff, like, if you're in public and there is some type of, like, altercation, I'm that person that, like, wants to be, like, watching the drama, but I'm also like, this could get very violent, like, very fast, and I, like,
yeah.
instantly am, like, fucking sprinting away.
Yeah.
Um, but no, I think, like, anymore, there's tons of things to be afraid of, like, no matter what, just, like, being a woman alone and then, like, everything else
Mhm.
on top of that. Um, Not us getting like dark and deep. But no,
I
the world
know.
is a scary place and you really
It
never
is.
know what anybody's hiding in their closets.
Yeah. So I got a little knife at Dollar Tree the other day.
Oh, period. I have
I
one in my
got a pocket
car.
knife and I'm like, this is gonna so not help me, but it's always like, but like a pocket knife ain't gonna help me if someone wants to like open fire at a Walmart, you know?
Yeah.
All right, so that was my very long-winded ick. Thanks for joining in the story. We're gonna go into more ick. So I'm gonna pass to you, Katie. What's another ick that you have?
Okay, so my ick could be in a relationship that I'm in or also like other people. And this is like a mild, I don't know, it's like weird. This one wouldn't like end a relationship for me, but like PDA is a big ick for me.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is, but when you like go to Walmart and people are like making out in the like grocery aisles, I'm just like, ew.
Let's unpack this.
I don't know what it is. I think like I know for me personally, like a lot of that stuff is very intimate and like if you're doing it at the mall food court, it's like not. Do you know what I mean? It feels like
Yeah.
less special.
Mhm.
For me personally.
That's
So
single-handed
trying to kill a gnat. Oh my god.
That's single-handedly why I go to an all-women's gym, so I don't have to see PDA.
So yeah, and I think that's like one thing I like on my Instagram. You know, like your Instagram explore page, how like sometimes there's randomly workout videos.
Yeah.
And there's like those couples, and I'm just like, okay, literally, why are you on top of him while he's doing like why he's bench pressing? Why are you on
Yeah.
top of him? That doesn't make sense.
Annoying. It's so annoying.
Yeah. And I also don't want like other people's sweat on me. So that would be like a big no. But
No. Yeah. No,
I
I'm
think
with you,
there's like
girl.
yeah, there's like a limit to it. Like people who hold hands, okay, that's fine. Like
Mm.
you're not like fucking on the bench at the park kind of vibe. That's a
Mhm.
little different.
I agree 1,000%. Like, read the room first when it comes to PDA. Like, there's a time and there's a place. Do you wanna know, you just opened up an ick for me. It's not an ick for me, like, I have not experienced this, like, firsthand with someone. I don't know what it is. This shit, it happened to me the other day, and then it unlocked a core memory that I have that I don't want anymore. It was around back to school time. I took my little sister shopping, okay? So we had to go to the mall and do a little thing. She's like in high school. And we were in line at American Eagle. And this kid and this girl were behind us. And they were like maybe 17, straight up hugging like this, making that little stupid kissy noise. I was about to wring both of their necks. It pissed me off so bad because it's annoying. I don't want to hear the mouth sounds behind me at the checkout for American Eagle.
I
And
hate
that
mouth
unlocked
sound.
another memory. Do you know where everyone fucking PDAs like that? Freaking line at a roller coaster. Everyone's always all over each other
Really?
at the roller coaster lines. Yes, and it's
I'm
fucking hot and just fucking stop. Not hot is sexy, hot is sweaty.
the way you were out of air for the last part. You said sweaty.
Because it's
I
stupid.
have not. Okay, so I wish now I'm kind of like I need to go to Cedar Point
We'll
because I
go,
don't
bro.
like remember that at the roller coaster place. The roller coaster place. Okay, literally a fucking amusement
The
park.
skate place.
Um,
Stupid. I don't know what I'm saying.
but yeah, no, I'm like it's just like it's again like a depend on the moment thing. But if you're like
Yeah.
making out in public, it's like
Yeah.
it's not the time and the place.
I think like it can get trashy really fast. And
Yeah,
like I think
yeah.
at like the gym, yes, like at the gym, like that's not a romantic moment where you need a PDA. Okay, so that's one. Another one is like American Eagle line. Not a time to get romantic. Going out and and looking at Christmas lights with your significant other and you want to hold hands and peck. I love that for you. That's
Yeah, that's
actually cute.
cute.
That's actually going to
Mhm.
make me go home and want to cry, not go home and kill myself. Probably
Yeah.
should cut that out too, but
God
that's so
damn
good.
it.
We're already like, it's fine. Honestly, it's like fine. Like I'm just being myself.
It's fine.
So there is a time and place. I'm with you. I think when you're doing an activity, no, let's not do the PDA. Like let's just be adults. But I
Mhm.
think if you're at like a moment that's like sweet or like even like not the movies, if you want to hold hands, it just come on, guys. There's like a level of like understanding that we should all have as humans. Just like don't be a fucking idiot. Okay, don't be a fucking idiot.
The perfect time to kiss is when you're at your wedding, everybody holds up their wine glass and fucking clinks it with the fork and you're supposed to kiss. That's the perfect time to kiss in front of a large group of people. You know what I
And
mean?
that, even though it's a perfect time, gives me the ick every time.
Yeah, I hate it. Literally, I can hear the fucking clinking of the knives. Oh, it's literally giving me chills right now.
Oh, dude, we have to talk about like a whole episode on like weddings. I get so much ick from weddings. I get so cringe. Like, I literally cringe so hard thinking about weddings. Like, all the traditional stuff. Like, I literally can't. Like, I literally cannot. I'm gonna like cry right now. It's so
Literally.
cringe.
No,
The bouquet toss, like, get up there, Macy, you're single, get up there, go catch the bouquet. And it's like,
that when
bitch,
people, like,
I
drive
don't
up
fucking
there.
want to get married, okay? I want to not do that. Like,
I catch it every time.
You do?
I caught it literally the last wedding I went to, I caught it.
That's because you used to catch it when you played softball.
One-handed with a drink in my other hand. There's a picture of it.
Okay, that's kind of badass, though.
Yeah, I look, he was like, fuck you bitches, you suck. But then I was like, haha, I don't really want this though, thank you.
Yeah. But anyways, yes.
Okay, yeah. What's your last ick to bring us home?
Oh my god. I'm gonna think real quick. I'm trying to think of another ick that I have. Just like when people don't like talk. Like, that really is my ick.
It's not inaccurate.
I hate
Or
it
dry
so much.
texters.
Oh my god, I know.
Dry texters piss me off.
They do. I can't.
If I'm like, it's like, hey, how are you?
Like,
I'm
don't
good.
even
How are
text me
you?
then.
Yeah, like just lose my fucking number.
Yeah. All
That's
right,
all
I have one that's like really stupid. It's really stupid, but I think it's kind of funny.
It's supposed to not be logical, so here we go.
Okay, here we go. So let's say I'm gonna do it in story form because that's how I operate the best. Let's say I meet this person on Hinge and we're hitting it off and we're messaging on there. It's going so good, and then they say, "What's your Snapchat?" This is actually part 2. That's the first ick. Don't fucking ask me for my Snapchat.
I instantly ghost.
Instantly ghost, dude. If not, instantly block. I swear to God.
I ghost.
So that's one. So let's say they don't do that. And they say, here, what's your number? I give my number. I text them and it's fucking green. I'm done. I'm done.
Okay, wait.
Dude, I'm done.
Hate too much. One of my really good friends is like an Android user, but I do shit on him all the time for it.
I hate it. And I know it's stupid, but listen, I can't tell you. There's this one guy, I'm not just like, oh, that's a story for the next episode we'll talk about. There's a lot of other things. He was really cool, really amazing, so hot. Green. The message was green. I can't stay motivated to talk to you when it's green. Because I can't see if it's delivered. I can't see you typing. Like, I'm sorry, it's gonna be a no.
I mean, Androids. That's like a whole. We could do a whole episode on people who use Androids.
Yeah,
but then also I kind of judge myself because like I'm so brainwashed. I use iPhone. So what does that say about me?
And
that's just better though in some ways.
It's so much better. Green, I can't. Literally, I can look. I close my eyes and I can see the type of person that has a green phone, green messages. They all look the same, and they all smell the same.
Oh my god! Stop. Axe body spray.
And Osiris shoes. Okay. Anyways.
The Snapchat thing actually pisses me off because like Snapchat. Okay, Snapchat's fun when I'm Snapchatting like my friends, right? And I'm like, haha, like look what I'm doing. I'm taking a video. If I don't want to have a conversation with you and have to send a fucking selfie all day. I'm 26. I have a grown-up girl job. I don't have the fucking time to send you a selfie every 5 minutes. Like, no. You can't replay shit. It doesn't save right. I don't know what I said the last message. I probably won't answer you for 3 hours if that's the only way we talk.
I know. I don't understand. And the other thing too is like half the time they do that and then just text on it. I'm like, why don't you just get my number?
Oh my god. They either do that and text on it or they're instantly like nudes. And I'm like, oh no. All the time.
I can't.
Constantly.
You will literally, oh my god, that is a whole category in itself too, is like nudes and stuff. I cannot. I don't want them. I don't send them. I think
like if my Hinge profile says like looking for a long-term relationship and you say Snapchat and then I'm like, sometimes I give the benefit of the doubt, right? I'm like, okay, yeah, fine, same. I'll add you. I forget to check Hinge. Literally, I check it like once every 2 weeks sometimes. Yeah. So I'll add you. And then they're instantly like, want to send pictures, and I've never been more disgusted in my life.
No.
Like, what are you, 13? Can't. Stop.
Yeah, it is so rough. Ugh, I hate too when it's just like Snapchat question mark. Like, how about question mark? Do we cut that? Maybe.
I think maybe. I don't know if you can say that. But yeah, no, you can't even form a full sentence in English to ask for my Snapchat. You're definitely not getting it. Also,
Yeah.
like, I don't want to give some of these people my last name just yet, you know?
Yeah, I know.
I'm sure if they did the research, they could find me, but I'm like, my Snapchat name is literally has my full name in it.
Yeah,
Like, it has
just
my
ask
social
for my
security number
number.
too.
Yeah, just ask for my number. Oh, shit. I'm like, yeah. But if you ask for my number, you could add me on Snapchat after that because you already have my number in your contacts.
Anyways, are we ready to
Yeah.
send this shit into questions?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, this is everybody's most favorite, most thought-provoking part of the entire episode. This is probably why you're actually here. The question segment of our podcast. Where Macy and I exchange a question to each other, get our thoughts, feelings, and whole ass fucking interpretation of it, and then we end the pod. Or maybe you're just excited for the end of the pod. You never know.
If you made it to this point, God bless your fucking soul, dude.
Literally. Oh my god.
Goddamn.
You need to go to church on Sunday if you made it this far. Or don't.
I'll take you because I'm a Christian now. Find my ass on Christian Engelbridge.
Read her Bible.
Read
That's
her
literally
Bible.
all I can think of.
Stop.
Okay.
Okay.
So
Okay,
I've been
okay,
thinking of my question. I thought of this like 3 weeks ago, then forgot about it, and then last episode remembered it again, but we already like did other questions. So my question is, and this is like a thing that I didn't realize that they do with like serial killers and stuff. You can like look up their last meals before they get like
slaughtered.
before they go night night.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. Slaughtered. I don't know if that's like the word to describe it, but before they are executed for their crimes, whatever America does. I don't fucking know anymore. So my question is, what would your last meal be? Endless options, anything in the entire world. You can have a 4-course meal if you like need to, kind of vibe.
This question is hard for me because it's so depressing, dude.
Really?
Yeah.
It makes me fucking hungry.
Makes me like feel like bad and sad. If I let's see. Does drugs count?
No, it's food, girly.
Because I was gonna say, like, if drugs counted, I would definitely, like, if I knew I was gonna die, I would definitely want to take like LSD. I think that'd be like a trip. So
Okay.
like mine's gonna be LSD with a Diet Coke. No, okay. You want my real answer? That is my real answer.
That is not what I expected you to say at all.
I would love to do that and then just
I'm trying to find this book. I used to like. My mom would read it all the time, and it was about this kid and his dog, and they went to this diner, and they would make like piles and mountains of food. And it was like one of my favorite books, and I can't think of it. Do you want me to go first? Do you need a second, or do you like no?
No, I know. So if I only can pick food, lame. I would say, maybe like 3 to 5 sushi rolls, but like shrimp tempura rolls because those are my favorite.
Love.
Yeah, and then with like some crab ragoons,
Oh my god.
whatever, and then maybe like some lo mein with like some shrimp in that as well.
Love
Spicy
them.
salad, that's another thing.
It's me just sitting here being like, oh,
salivating.
Yes, love that.
I love that. And dessert wise, I don't know about dessert wise, but also like maybe just like a pot of coffee as well because I like love caffeine so much since I can't do drugs.
Okay.
And a Diet Coke too.
A Diet Coke, like endless, bottomless Diet Cokes.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting. You kind of stayed in the realm of like Chinese food.
I love Chinese food so much. I think that's like one thing I could eat like a lot of.
I vibe
like,
with that.
Yeah. Anything Asian definitely is like, yeah, is the move. I love sushi a lot, actually.
I actually really do enjoy sushi. Okay, mine would be, I have like this long list trying to hit every cuisine possible. I would literally start with those bagel minis from Dunkin' Donuts, the everything bagel ones that like have the cream cheese in them.
Yes.
I want that and the hash browns to start, like a little appetizer, little taste.
A little appetizer
And then
on in
for
front of me.
food,
she goes, appetizer? Do you know what I'm talking about?
No, I don't.
Okay, never mind.
for like main course shit, I want like sushi. I want some hibachi, like that fried rice with like the
Yes.
yum yum sauce all over it.
Mm-hmm.
I want like a little, like the little slivers of like a deli sub, like a good deli sub with like the vinegar and oil on it.
Mm-hmm.
Slay. Obviously
Mm.
some pasta.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? A little bit of
Mm-hmm.
lasagna. And then to like for dessert, fucking cheesecake.
Yes, dude, that sounds so fucking
I
good.
hate cake, like regular cake. So it'd
Yeah.
either be like a cheesecake or a oh my god, what's that shit called? Ice cream cake. And then to
Yes.
drink like slushies, endless slushies,
Yes.
red
Do
and
you know
blue
what?
mix.
You know what I would love to end mine with too?
But
A cigarette, honey.
for some reason, I literally knew you were about to say that, but I like still asked what. I knew it was fucking coming.
Cigarette. I would love a cigarette after that. Dude, all of that sounds good. Do you know what'd be fun? We are just like free adults. We could just get all that shit one day and eat it
I
together.
know. Should we do like a mukbang YouTube video?
Absolutely, we should do that.
We should go to McDonald's and order everything on the menu.
Yeah, dude, I
No, I
would
don't want to do
fucking love it.
McDonald's. I want to go somewhere better. But
We could do like I would do a sushi mukbang because me and
we
my sister go get
ooh.
sushi buffet, and we were talking about it. She ate like 30 like individual sushis, and like we were cracking up because it's like we fucking love sushi. It's so good. I could eat so much of it.
I want to go to a sushi buffet. No, we should definitely do sushi and order like every type of sushi.
Yes. Dude, have you ever seen those like Titanic boats of sushi where they give you like a
Mhm.
boat? Oh, I want to do that. When you come up to Canton next time or when you move home or whatever, we'll go to this place that I always go to and we'll get like a shit ton of sushi. Maybe we can make a vlog
We
about it.
we should do a mukbang.
Yeah. Dude, please, can we?
I want to do a mukbang of Kane's menu.
Oh, yes. Or even Chick-fil-A at that. Mm.
It's literally all chicken, bro.
And then end it with a cigarette, honey. Give me my Virginia
Literally
Slims, honey.
enough. End it with a cigarette.
Whatever, dude. It's funny. Shane was getting an ick from Terry Lynn, and that's just like rude.
If you ick and you know it, clap your hands.
If you're a bitch and you know it, clap your hands. Why don't you clap, Katie? Okay, there you go.
I literally was gonna.
All right, I gotta find a question. Let me Google here. Okay, so for my question, for you, Katie, is do you think you're a genuinely good person?
Period poo. I honestly, this is gonna sound really like a little self-centered, but I actually do think I'm a really nice person. I think in a lot of situations I really should not put up with stupid, and I do. And I don't know if it's like the way my parents are, because I like not me being obsessed with my mom and dad. I think my parents are genuinely like two of the kindest people I've ever met in my life, and I don't ever understand why, because all they ever do is get shit on by really fucking stupid people, like nonstop, and they still just like are kind always. And I think because I've like watched that my entire life, then I grew up and now I'm like really nice, even though I shouldn't be sometimes, which I think translates to like being a genuinely good person. I don't know, like what are your like maybe I guess like what do you think is like a genuinely good person?
Yeah, no, I think you are too. I think you are like a really good person. And I think it comes down like this is gonna sound so stupid,
Tell
like
me more. Tell me
vibes.
more.
Like vibes, like you just have good energy, like you're just a good person, I feel like. And I
Mhm.
think a lot of people will look at the majority of people in their life and they're gonna say, like, oh, they're a good person.
Mhm.
And I think that's good that you think of yourself as a good person. Because I don't think I'm a good person. And I feel like that is weird because I think it's very internalized and there's probably like some trauma I need to unpack at some point. But I just genuinely don't feel like a good person, even though I'm like, nothing I'm doing is crazy or bad or whatever. Maybe it's just like anxiety. I don't know. But I genuinely don't feel like I'm a great person. And I think
I
it's because I
think
feel really selfish most of the time. But I think
oh girl, don't ever feel
I
selfish.
know I shouldn't. But I think it's just like that guilt of being like a woman, sometimes.
I think like when you're little, people talk about being selfish like a lot, and as an adult, I'm like, honey, I need to be fucking selfish. I work my ass off every week, 40 hours, sometimes plus a week. Like I earned the right to be selfish and choose myself. And I think like when you're talking about yourself though, you have a lot of thought. Like you hear everything you think, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
no, other people don't see that stuff. So I feel like you can look at a lot of people and be like, "Oh, I think they're genuinely a good person." But I know a lot of and like this is probably going to sound bad, but I have friends that like I think they're good people, but they, like, sometimes do questionable things.
Yeah.
And it, like, really
Yes.
borders that line of, like, okay, well, are you a good person? Or, like, did that one thing, like, taint your entire, like, integrity kinda thing?
Right. Yeah, no, I get that. Yeah, I get that, and I feel like I always say this, and I do believe it. I think everyone, even the worst of the worst people, I think at the end of the day are good people. They're just, like, hurt, you know?
Mhm. There's
And I think
a
they've
lot
been
going
through a
on.
lot and what makes them bad or, like, maybe hard on the exterior. But, like, regardless of if you're the question is, like, are you genuinely a good person? Yeah, everyone is, but, like, your behavior is what makes you a good or bad person. So I feel like my behavior for the most part makes me a good person, but I don't feel that on the inside, which is like a weird phenomenon. Like I'm always trying to be like the best version of myself, which maybe is just me being a perfectionist, but it is an interesting kind of
When you could ask yourself this question too, like, maybe you are doing things that, like, would qualify as being good, but are you doing something that to you, like, fulfills that? Like, maybe you're doing really great things every day, but you still don't, like, feel like you're a good person, but then you, like, might find something else that, like, does check that box. If that makes sense, like, to me, like, I don't know, to some people, being a good person is, like, doing charity work and, like, volunteering, and, like, I do that stuff sometimes, but it's not, like, to me what the genuine, like, being a good person is. But maybe for you, like, acts of service, oh, here we go, love languages, you know what I mean? But, like,
yeah.
maybe that would be a way for you to, like, check that box and be like, "Oh, I'm genuinely a good person, like, I'm physically helping somebody."
Yeah, no, that's like a really good that is like amazing actually. It's blew my mind a little bit. Because I think it does when you think about, oh, am I a good person? It's like, oh, am I going out and doing like all these kind things? But maybe like me being a good person is like being a good friend. Or
Yeah, like,
like
having
just
good
being a good
vibes,
yeah. Like maybe
complimenting
it's just
somebody in a
bringing so many
store.
people laughter and joy.
Yeah, like, I think of it as, like, the littlest things, like, I always try to, like, if I see something when I'm out and about on a random stranger, I try to, like, compliment it because to them that could be, like, they could have, like, questioned that, like, purse that they're
Mhm.
carrying, but you,
Yeah.
like, told them it was cute, and they were like, "Oh, period." Like, I
Yeah.
think little things like that, it's, like, not I think it can be channeled into different ways of being a good person.
That is so interesting. Yeah, because I always think I'm not. But one thing that I hold myself to a really high standard of is like service workers and just like out in public, like I'm extremely nice. Not because it's
Mhm,
fake, but because I just like being nice. And like
mhm.
I always say, like I never meet a stranger because I just like go up and talk to anybody. I don't care. So maybe that's what makes a good person good, not necessarily like maybe it's like not therapy session. Maybe it's like, oh, I'm not fulfilling something I need to do in my life. That's why I
Yeah,
get
like,
this guilt, but I could still be a good person. I
a
don't know,
good
dude.
person. Yeah.
Right.
I
Yeah.
think
Yeah.
there's, like when I always consider so, like, for me, like I just said, it was, like, talking to people and, like, complimenting them, like because you really don't know what people are going through. So, like, the
Yeah.
littlest act of kindness could be, like, ginormous for somebody
So
else.
true. Yeah.
Um, and, like, again, it doesn't have to you don't have to be, like, doing charity work every weekend, you know what I mean? Like, you don't have to, like, give yourself to charity,
Mhm.
but, like, maybe like, maybe that's a different route that, like, would make you feel more fulfilled because it's, like, an actual physical, like, you're seeing that you're doing something.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. Slay.
Period. It's getting so deep today. Oh my god.
I think as we progress in this podcast, it's just gonna get deeper and deeper, I think, which is good,
Yeah,
I
and we're
think.
gonna be
Yeah.
having, like, therapy sessions every weekend,
Mhm.
but
I mean, this is our passion project, so if we, whatever, it's good for us. So slay.
yeah, just fast forward.
Okay. Well, that was fun. Do you have any other thoughts before we wrap up? My
Um,
ears.
I think overall, be safe if you're dating.
Mhm.
Like, send your location to your friends. Make
Mhm.
sure you're telling people where you're going because the world is a scary place. And really, like, value yourself and don't, like, lower your standards just because you, like,
Mhm.
want to be in a relationship. Because it
Yeah.
feels really easy to do, but, like, if you know what you want, girl, like, I say
Mhm.
girl, but there could be everybody listen to this. Like, go
Mhm.
for it, you know? That's my,
Mhm.
like, conclusion of the
Yeah.
situation.
Yeah, I love that. I agree. I think too my conclusion here is don't ever feel pressured to stay. Like with my date story, like if you know it's
Mhm.
bad vibes, get out. Don't be afraid to like block somebody or just like get out of the situation. Who knows what would have happened if I would have stayed? You just never know. So I think don't be afraid to be bold. Also, if you're listening to this, I want you all to know that you're a great person and write down some things that you love about yourself because you're a
Oh my
great person.
god,
Because
that's
I know I
happening.
just needed to hear that. You know, I think we're all great people, and I just think like peace and love, Ringo Starr.
Peace and love, emo girls.
And somehow we always end with peace and love. But no, for real, I love everyone that listens to this podcast so much. You guys are so funny.
Literally same.
Yeah, all 650,000 million of you.
Bestie girly pops.
Bestie girly pops. Okay, well, we're gonna end it here, but stay safe out there. Fuck them dudes, block them, send them to your hometown honeys. We'll take care of them for you. Period. And yeah, peace and blessings. Peace and love, emo girls. See you next week. Bye.